as I said I would do, here we are in Terraria Thorium. Now there's some things I want to get out of the way first. You can probably tell I'm in journey mode right now, and that's because while this is technically a challenge run, I want to focus more on the actual journey, as coincidental as that is. Because let's be honest, Terraria is filled with an abundance of challenge runs. Actually, scratch that. Every game on YouTube is just filled with challenge runs. You rarely ever see things like playthroughs anymore, or let's plays, however you want to call it. And sure, it's nice to see a challenge, you know, it's interesting, but it gets a little tiring after a while. I mean, be honest with yourself, how many challenge videos can you watch until you eventually get tired of it? Personally, for me, I'm already kind of tired of it. But everyone has their preferences. This isn't to throw shade or anything at challenge run content creators. It's just simply not my cup of tea. I don't want to make my channel surrounded by just challenge runs because for one, that sounds torturous, and for two, I'm just not interested in being a challenge YouTuber. With that being said though, as I said in my last series, I learned that I need to just slow down in general when I play this game. It feels like every playthrough, you know, whether it's a skill issue or not, I'm always playing the game as a boss fighting simulator, trying to see how fast I can get to the next boss. That's just how I've been playing the game for such a long time. And honestly, I'm kind of tired of it, which is why I'm playing in journey mode. Because again, not to throw any shade, but I actually like having fun with my games. So no, I'm not going to play it normally. And besides, the only real difference between playing in journey mode and classic mode or any of the other modes is time. Playing in journey mode simply saves me so much more time. And frankly, that's all I care about. But playing in journey mode also lets me just enjoy the game more, because it's gotten to a point where nearly in every playthrough I never build, I never make anything outside of what is necessary to progress. And sure, at the end of the day, that is my fault, you know, I'm the one who chooses to do that. But at the same time, journey mode just has so many quality of life features that it makes the game feel so much more smoother in certain aspects that are repetitive and grindy. Now that is to say, I do have other quality of life mods like Fargo's, but really, what's the difference? I get 30 potions, I get infinite buffs. I get 30 potions, I research them and get infinite potions. Except making me focus less on the grind and the time sink of this game, and spending that time having fun and enjoying more aspects about the game, like the building, which I cannot tell you how many years it's been since I've built a massive hotel, which is what I'm calling this abomination that's you see on the screen. When I first started playing, I used to only ever build this structure, and it was essentially just 2 pillars of rooms that go all the way to space, which was way too many rooms for the amount of NPCs that were in the game, but I still enjoyed it, and it gave me a strange sense of satisfaction when I did build it, which I'm hoping to get more of now that I'm playing the game how I want to play it. And look, I get it. If you're here for a challenge run, then respectfully, this just isn't for you. But if you want to stick around and see how yo-yo only playthrough of Thorium goes, then feel free to stick around. Before anyone says anything though, I know that I'm using the flinch staff and the short sword, which are not yo-yos, but let me just get one thing straight. Until I get a yo-yo, I'm gonna use whatever I want, because based off my last playthrough, yo-yos are really just not all that good. I love using them, don't get me wrong, but they're definitely lackluster compared to almost any other weapon type in the game. But I will say, I am on for the worthy, and I do plan, well actually we'll just do it right now. We're gonna be on Legendary. It says Master, but it should be Legendary. Oh shit. No, don't kill him. I want that gnome. The fuck did he go? How far did he get knocked down? Oh. Alright, I guess we're just gonna sit here until the sun rises, because I want this gnome. Can you just stop doing that? Actually, wait, I'm so dumb. What am I doing? I have godlike power. Thank fuck the gnome transformed into the garden gnome before that bomb went off, because that would have just been so unlucky. And look, if you're gonna try to make the argument that if I'm going out of my way to use the journey mode powers or stuff like that, then why don't I just cheat everything in, okay? There's a little more to it than that. Like I said, all I'm doing is saving time, but I still want to actually play the game. So I guess I should go over the rules of the challenge as well. Only rule is I gotta use a yo-yo as my main weapon when I get my first one. Because like I said, I'm gonna use whatever I want until I get my first yo-yo, which is the wooden yo-yo. But other than that, there are no other rules. I'm just letting you know right now. I'm free to do whatever I want or kill a boss however I want. I just have to kill it with a yo-yo. Now, don't misunderstand, because I'm still allowed to use potions like thorns or inferno and flasks, and also if an armor set does damage passively, then that's allowed too, but the actual attacking weapon has to be a yo-yo. And don't worry, I'm not going to just have this as my only building. I do plan to actually build stuff and just explore the game more, really. No. I do have some NPC mods, so this structure might actually get a lot more use than it normally would. And I know the NPC happiness is going to be absolutely dog water, but it's not going to matter since, you know, I'm going to have infinite money, which is why I have all of these magic mirrors. I think here is good. Okay, evidently I gotta block off the door because these idiots are gonna keep opening it. Just for the record, I'm not gonna be using this. I'm also not going to use this, obviously. Even though I've gone this far already with quality of life, I still have standards. I fucked myself over there. Now I think there's cause for an explanation. Why am I playing like this? Why am I not playing as most other challenge YouTubers do? Or maybe you're not asking that at all and you just don't care. But I kind of hinted at it before. But to be honest, the whole rushing the game just to complete, not necessarily a challenge, but it's just how I kept playing the game. You know, building those ugly ass prison houses. I mean, this isn't exactly any better, but at least I get some sort of pleasure out of building this by comparison. I don't really know how to explain it. It got to a point where I was only really playing this game for the sake of the progression and to fight the bosses, and considering this is one of my favorite games of all time, it made me feel sad. I could feel myself genuinely falling out of love with the game, and for a while I thought I was just washed. I mean, I am, but mostly because I wasn't fully experiencing the game anymore. I was only playing it for one specific part. Well, we're done with that, and I just gotta say, it's not the prettiest thing, but as I thought I would be, I'm pretty proud of it. Now, we can finally make our yo-yo. Alright, we got our actual yo-yo. I just crafted it a bunch of times until we got a decent modifier. So, the actual challenge begins now. Well, not even journey mode can save me from that. I should probably mention, I have never played Thorium, nor do I know anything about it. So this is a blind playthrough, pretty much. I'm gonna go for the turbo boots, because the jump height will pair with my wings nicely, I think. Wow, that is crazy mobility. I have no idea what this is, but I guess into the research it goes. Thorium ore. Okay.
Die now.
Holy fuck, what was that? Creepy pasta monster or something. What the fuck is that thing? What is this thing? Dude, can these... Oh my god, I hate black slimes so much. They're just invisible. What does this thorium ore do? God fucking... What the fuck? Oh my god, we finally made it. Jeez. Huh. Interesting. Pretty cool. so I just get absorption hearts from Minecraft pretty much. Alright, we got our first yo-yo accessory. What the? Okay, we got new modifiers too, I see. Alright, I know not much happened in this video, and I feel like it might be that way for quite a few videos since we're gonna be doing a lot more building, but again, I should probably reiterate, this is going to be more of a slow burning series. You know, don't expect it to end anytime soon. It feels really nice to take it slow. I always wondered why whenever I fished after essentially giving up or taking a break from just trying to progress in the game in my other worlds, it always was so relaxing, and somehow I had kept convincing myself that I hated fishing, that it was boring and tedious, but that's kind of what made it relaxing. And it's crazy because I'm not exactly used to it. You gotta keep in mind that I've been playing that way for years at this point. It was pretty much always no breaks, just trying to get to the next boss or get the next item for my loadout or do the next event. I never really stopped to just sit back and actually play the sandbox part of the game. They don't really show it in the challenge videos, but I feel like at some point those guys get pretty frustrated too. And to be honest, I think maybe, well, if they are frustrated, you know, they could be just fine and dandy, a whole different breed of gamer. But if you are, maybe take some time to slow it down and build something nice, or preferably something better than this. But anyways, that's gonna be all for this one. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.